Okay, here is another system of inequalities, much like what we were looking at the other day. And I can only hope that I actually press the record button and that the memory card is not screwed up today. So here's what I want you to do. We're just going to label each of these. Let's call this one the first one. And we're going to list everything we know about the first inequality. What can you tell me about number one?
It's absolute value.
It is an absolute value, so we know it has this kind of shape, right? What else do you know? Anybody?
It's going to go to the left 2 and down 6.
We'll go to the left 2. We're going to go down 6. There's something else, though, about the graph itself.
The 8 is going to be twice as high.
The 2 here means we're going to have a stretch. Okay, so it's going to make it steeper. Now, is this going to be a solid or a dashed graph?
Solid.
What tells you it's going to be solid? I got the equal to part here, so it will be solid. And shade where? Shade below?
Above.
It looks like it says shade below. Well, I've got the less than, right? That looks like greater than? How in the world does that look like greater than? That looks like greater than. It was less than before.
You look just like equal to.
You look just like equal to. You know what? Forget it. I'm sorry. I guess I'm having a rough day. Let's just graph this. So left 2 down 6. Left 2 down 6 is right here. So I don't need to worry about going left 2 or down 6 anymore. I'm going to use that stretch and the absolute value shape to get the rest of my points. So that means what?
Up 2 over 1.
Up 2 over 1. So this guy does open up. Get all of these nice points here. And then I can reflect across my axis of symmetry and go to the left. So nice, solid graph here. Now I'm supposed to be shading below, so I've got this guy, I've got that, I've got solid. So shade below, I'm just going to make some notes here. I'm going to be shading below this guy right here and over here. Okay. Which basically means if I'm shading below this, I'm shading everything in this region here. What you guys would typically term the outside. Right? Inside, outside. Alright. Now, what about your other guy? So for the second one, what can you tell me about this? It's a parabola, but notice you've got a negative out here, so what does that mean?
Upside down, upside down.
It's an upside down parabola. What else do you know?
It's going to be compressed.
It does have a slight compression because of the 1/2. What else?
Dashed line.
It's going to move to the.
Well, before we get to the inequality aspects of that, let's finish talking about the shape and the position of the graph.
The right one and up.
It should be to the right 1 unit and then up 4. Now to the inequality part. You said it's going to be dashed. And we're going to shade where? We're going to shade above. So let's put all of this in our picture. First, we need to find our location, which is where the right 1 and up 4 comes from. So right 1 and up 4. Why am I using an open circle here?
Because it's not equal to.
It's not equal to. It's going to be dashed. So we use open circles for the point. Bless you. You're taking my sneezes today. All right. So let's do the compression of the parabola. So it's got the compression of factor of 1/2 right here. So it means 1 squared is 1, but I'm going to be going down half of that. 2 squared is 4, and half of that is 2. 3 squared is 9. Half of that is 4.5. 4 squared is 16. Half of that is 8. 5 squared is 25, and half of that is 12.5. Okay, and then we just reflect these points back over here. So there's my compression, there's my parabolic shape. It's going to be dashed, so we just draw our dashed curve going through these points. Questions about that guy? Now where am I shading though?
Where they meet.
So right, but first for this guy I'm shading above, so that means I'd be shading above here. So if I'm shading above, that means I just go straight up. See what I'm doing here? Just going straight up. So what side of this graph am I on? Would you guys say the inside or the outside of this?
Yeah, outside.
It'd be the outside, okay? Now, look at where these arrows are pointing. I'm supposed to be above this red line, but below the green line. So, my shaded region is going to be where these guys meet. That's going to be here. But that's not all. Because notice on the left side here, you're shading above, you're shading below, so you're meeting right here. So it's also going to be this region. What about underneath here? Does this guy get shaded?
No.
No, because it would only be true for the absolute value inequality. This part's only true for one piece. How about in the middle? It's not true for either one of those because nothing's pointing there. And up here on the top, it's only going to be true for the parabolic inequality, not for the absolute value one. So only the purple shaded region that I have will be your solution set. What did we say yesterday about the points of intersection? Are they included? Well, sometimes they could be, but notice, if I have one dashed line, that's going to make these points of intersection to be open points and not actually included. Okay. Any questions about what I have here for this graph?